Mike, you said Western buyers contractually demand recycling and cradle to grave evidence. How important is this in the current markets?
Well, quite rightly, the current markets are influenced by a global trend to ensure that the environment and personal health and safety is at the forefront of industrial operations. When dealing with lead, or dealing with any disposable item, we have to know what it costs the environment to produce, what it costs the environment in use, or how it helps the environment in use, and also when it comes to the end of its life, is it disposed of, which is a net cost, or can it be recycled, and what's the cost of doing that, and is there any further impact on the environment of that happening. Cradle to grave is a concept that's used to show from producing the raw materials, supplying the raw materials, then turning those raw materials into the product, followed by dispatching those materials, that product, then going into its use in service, and then going into its collection and disposal or recycling. With lead acid batteries, that's a particular route. At the beginning, we have an industry which deals at least 80% of it with recycled materials. That's not just lead, there's the plastic materials, it is the separated materials, it is the additives that we put in. All of these are taken into account. In the manufacture, we have to be concerned about the environment again, because we have emissions, we have aqueous emissions, and we have airborne emissions. The capital equipment that you need to install to minimize all of those, and the processes you have to install to minimize all of those, to keep operators safe, and to minimize the impact on the environment are crucial parts in the manufacturing of lead acid batteries. The second part, the dispatch and customer use, is an extremely important part of this. You have to get a return on your environmental investment. That return is how this battery will operate. How much energy does it use? What's the wastage? What's the efficiency? Are there any consequences to its use? When it's discharged, when it's recharged? These are matters of chemistry. And lead acid batteries, designed in the right way and used in the right way, and correctly sized, will also give a return on investment, and that is the environmental investment, which will match even the most efficient chemistries of other types of battery. Where it scores is the grave part. There is no grave for lead acid battery. Every single part of that battery can and is recycled. That's not true of any other chemistry. The particular aspects of lead which make it poisonous are closely controlled, and these regulations that have come into force, particularly in America and Europe, are designed to ensure the environment is protected, and also the producers, the people involved in producing the batteries are equally well protected. That's why this concept of cradle to grave is so important. Now, I'm not saying every country doesn't operate that way, but when that's at the forefront of your philosophy, and you can demonstrate in real numbers how you fit in into those precepts for manufacture and operation, then you know where you stand in relation to other countries and other chemistries. I've written about this, in fact, in a magazine called Best Mag, which I've mentioned before. And I've compared lead acid with lithium, and the numbers are not stacked in the way conventional wisdom would think. Lead acid comes out pretty well, particularly when you take into account the recyclability. So we should welcome, we should embrace the cradle to grave concept, and we should do our utmost to ensure that the price that we pay environmentally is repaid by ensuring that, certainly in the last stages, we minimise our environmental impact and also produce a positive outcome. Okay.
Thank you.